Welcome, everybody, to the High Volume Games Pod. This is episode number 3. This episode is called Why Arcade Paradise Owns My Soul. I am your host, Bill, and what a great start with that new intro and this new look. As you can see by the duck in the corner, we're using StreamYard from now on. So it looks much better. I would say the messy room behind me does not look better. I will work on that. We're going to get that ready for next episode. So today we're going to talk about Arcade Paradise, as you see on the screen. We're still going to have the video playing as I talk, but we're going to hold off for 1 second. As always, we're going to do our beginning. So the marathon walk, the Boston Marathon Jimmy Fund Walk, we are 7 weeks away. It's scary how that is coming up on us. October will be here before you know it. Jeez. And then Dopey, the Dopey Challenge at Disney World is 21 weeks away. So there's 20 weeks left of this year. Speaking of Dopey, I am wearing my, there we go, the PR in Fun version 2.0 from Jar Ox and Spoon channel. You can go to give.oxandspoon.com and check out, if you donate to Kelsey's Hope, there's plenty of things that you can get at the same time, and you're donating for a good cause. Speaking of good cause, we will be doing the Extra Life video game marathon on November 11th. Now, the Extra Life Day is November 4th, but I am working that day, so we're playing games for 24 hours. It's kind of tough, so we will be doing that a week later. So November 11th, Veterans Day, we're going to be doing our 24-hour marathon. It will be here on the Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/highvolumegames. All right, with that out of the way, let's get into our meat and potatoes of the episode. So we're gonna look at this. I can do this. Ready? Boom. Oh, and I can even do. There we go. Little mood music. So we are going to talk about Arcade Paradise, and I'm going to click on the video here. And do this. All right, it is Arcade Paradise, developed by Nosebleed Interactive and published by Wired Productions. And I will say, I have them on Twitter, or X. Forgive me, I'm probably going to make that mistake. And they are very good as far as interacting with their followers, with their fans. So kudos to them. And this game is about laundry and video games. It's an interesting combination and a very good idea. So basically, you start off as Ashley, a 19-year-old who has half a business degree and decided she doesn't want to do that anymore. But her dad is Gerald, King of the Riviera. He owns everything. This King Wash was his, first owned thing. He doesn't really care about it, but uses it now as a tool for teaching his daughters a lesson. So basically, you've got the dad. Your mom has unfortunately passed away. You have your sister Leslie, who works in the city hall now, but she started off doing King Wash, and now you're there. So when Leslie owned King Wash, she decided to put in a few arcade machines, and they worked well, but the dad didn't want anything to do with them, so they just kind of stayed in the back. And so here you are, you're in here. Now this video is simulating a day in the life. I'm a little ahead in the game because I didn't want you to have to see the first part where there was only 3 machines total. I wanted to get that room up a little bit. So you're seeing a very early day, but still a little further than just the opening day. I already lost where I was going. So yeah, you start your day off each day. We'll go through this part. I have a nice list that I still lost myself. I prepared for this episode. Um, so you start off your day, you do your tasks. You have laundry. You put the laundry in the wash. You throw once they're done, you throw them into the dryer, and then you turn them over to the area so that customers can pick them up. If you do it quickly enough, you get $30. If you're too busy playing video games, you are going to get 20, 10, maybe even $5. So you got to make sure that if laundry is your main task of the day, you have to do it quick so you can get that $30. Your second goal is trash. You've been watching me do the trash right now. Every bag of trash at the start that you do is $30. Again, depending on, there's a little, you're going to see it right now. He's going to go out and there's a little bar. And as long as you can get the bar, this one is very simple to get all the way to the top. And that will be $30. Now, when we talk about upgrades, I'll tell you what you need to make that better. The next task is gum. You just saw me a few minutes ago take out a pack of, or a couple pieces of gum. For some reason, you live in a town, Grindstone, and everybody in this place likes to drop gum everywhere. Like, they love to stick it on machines, they love to stick it on tables, chairs, all that. But there'll be 3 pieces of gum each day. One will be 50, one will be 30, and one will be 20. So you can get $100 by taking the gum out. So you need to do that right away. Then you got to empty out the hoppers. So hoppers are the coin mechanisms for the games. They are, on your arcade machines. They are on your laundry token machine. They are on your jukebox. So you just usually wait till they're full, but you want money, especially early on. So you just do it. I do it like twice a day. I do it kind of in the middle of the day and kind of at the end of the night. Then there's the to-do list. So if you hit start or whatever you want, whatever button is your home button or whatever your start button is, if you hit that, it'll go into a PDA, Palm Pilot for us old people, and there'll be a to-do list. And boy, I'm popular when I'm trying to record. So the PDA will tell you a to-do list. There, you just saw it. The to-do list will give you 3 lists of things to do. So when you it's kind of what your dad is telling you to do this, and this, which is a little weird, but cool. It helps you because we're going to talk about this. So the game, as far as like laundry and video games and all that, they pay you in dollars. So they pay you in regular money. Then the to-do list pays you in pound sterling. So money is going to get you more video games or upgrades to your laundromat, which will eventually hopefully be an arcade. What pound sterling will do is that will get you upgrades, and that will get you upgrades on a safe that you don't have to use a combination, or the thing I think that is the most thing is a bigger trash bag, so you don't have to do 2, because essentially you do like 2 loads every day of the trash bag, but with that you only do 1. You still only get the $60. That's what you'll get throughout the day, but it's just nicer to not have to go out twice. There's sneakers, there's a watch that slows down time, which is always, you can get an assistant to do the menial tasks for you. There's a lot of that upgrades from the pound sterling. With the pound sterling, you can also get music for your jukebox. So let's talk about the arcade now. So you start off with 3 machines: Racer Chaser, Wood Gal Adventure, and Video Air Hockey. And through through the laundry and through your machines, sorry, through your machines, you're going to find out that, you can get more stuff through the Arcade Mania page on your computer, and you can get so many more games, and to the point where you're going to fill out of your spot, and then your sister's going to come and she's going to tell you, hey, if you pay this much money, we'll add on to your arcade, we'll take away from the laundromat, we'll take out some of those machines to give you a nice expansion. And so you're continuously adding games every day. Mostly every day you add a new cabinet or you add an addition to your place. And so until you eventually fill this place. So let's talk about the laundry for a second, because now we're going to talk about, since I've basically broken down the game for you, let's talk about what I feel about the game. Now, I've owned this game on the PS4, which I've completed the full story for that. I've owned it for the Switch, which I'm a day or two away from completing the story on it. I have it for the computer. This is the PC version. That's why I wanted to, I wanted to get the video out. So this is the PC version that we're watching. And I actually have it because it's on Game Pass on the PC. On the Xbox. So I have, yes, all 4 systems have Arcade Paradise on them. But let's talk about the laundry. Because, I'm going to talk about my... It just shows how much this game has. I'm just watching Stack Overflow on my computer. But so the laundry, it's funny. I call that as just like 3 stages of the laundry. Because at first you're like, oh, I got to do it because I got to get that money to pay for the, arcade cabinets. Then there's going to be a point where the arcade cabinets make way more money than the laundry. And you're sitting there like, I got to do laundry now. And then there is the 3rd stage. And that's when you've actually completed like the story. And you're in full-fledged arcade. And there's still a little more for you to do there. But you're like, darn, I wish I still had 1 laundry machine left, So there is a true love-hate relationship with the laundry, because you have, you start by doing it. It's, the calming, it's so nice at the beginning, and then you just kind of get tired of it, and then you kind of miss it after it's gone. The arcade games, at first you think you want to do the arcade games, to start, but before you get that watch, and I think the watch is one of the things you need to get early, before you get that watch and slow down time, the games, may take a back seat. But one of the things to do is each video game has its own individual goals. So how I said about the to-do list, there was 3 goals a day. With each individual game, there's 1 set of goals for each game, and if you complete those goals, you will make the game more popular, and it will make you more money. So one thing I suggest is very early on, just as soon as you get a game, just find one of those goals, the individual goals that you can just complete on each game. Make every game a little more popular. And there are some goals that are extremely easy to get. One very simple one, video air hockey. You have, it just makes you need to score 3 goals on yourself. So basically just take the, whatever they call the thing you hold in air hockey, and just turn it around and just score a goal into your own goal. Here's the PDA with the goals. This is the individual goals that they have. So that's an easy one. Racer Chaser has a couple of good ones, which is knock out 30 cops. Because we'll talk about Racer Chaser in a second, but that one's pretty easy. Knock out 30 cops, or find your car 5 times. But actually, we're going to show Racer Chaser. But some of them are very simple. Some of them take a while. So do the ones that, seem like they're easy enough. There are some like Stack Overflow, not Stack Overflow. Actually, Stack Overflow's got one that's very fun, but it's easy, and that's to use the undo button 100 times. Now that sounds like it's going to take a while, but all you really have to do is whatever your version of AB is, like AB, just keep pressing that alternately, and within 2 games you'll get your 100, and actually you'll get fired twice, which one of those options is to get fired 14 times. So as you can see, this one I'm generally trying to get hit because I want to get the cops and I want to find my car. So you can see I'm actually playing to get goals, not playing to win. But yeah, so you want to get your certain goals done. Get at least one goal of every game done. So you can make the game a little more popular. You're starting off with more money. And then, then when your time slows down, then you can start working on those longer ones. So let's talk about the games. We'll talk about Racer Chaser since it's already here. Racer Chaser is simply what happens when Grand Theft Auto and Pac-Man meet. So essentially you're running around this town, the cops are chasing you, you're trying to get all the money, and then, if the cops get you, you have to run around to get your car. And then, but yeah, it's definitely it's Pac-Man, and it's a very crazy souped up version of Pac-Man where you're running from the cops and when you hit a power pellet, you turn into a tank and you smash them. It's very fun. I'm going to go with UFO Assault next. You won't see that on here because it's the next game I get when I'm playing this version. But UFO Assault is my favorite game of all of the games on this in this game. And it's there you see it. It is you're a UFO and you're destroying towns. And maybe it's because I love Rampage so much that it just gave me those vibes. So I absolutely love UFO Assault. There's Stack Overflow, which you saw earlier, where you're stacking the boxes up and down. And I was literally watching it and getting absolutely mesmerized by it with the colors and all that. That game is fun. It's a nice, fun puzzle where, it starts out with, you're only trying to stack up boxes with 2 different colors, because you're trying to get up 4 boxes of each color. But then it'll be 3, then it'll be 4, and it gets harder, and there's, it's quite fun. And depending on how good you did at the earlier parts, your time is going to be for those later rounds. So the next one is an interesting one. It's called Blockchain. It's a puzzle game with numbers, and you're a hacker. And honestly, I'll tell you, during the PS4 version and up through this Switch version, I had no idea how to play this, and then I learned how to play it, and I finally learned how to play it. I just caught on, and it's now like the game for me, because UFO Assault is my favorite game, but you get through it really quickly. So Blockchain is a game where there's a lot to do in it, and it is such a good game. And now that I know how to play, and so that's the game that kind of has me going right now. Then there's Vostok, which is a Galaga type game, but like Galaga on steroids. Most of these games are a game similar to something, but on steroids. So Vostok is like a Galaga game. It's the top, they're coming down from the top, and you've got your spaceship and you've got your weapons and stuff like that. But the graphics, are so good on it, and it's just fun to play. And as soon as you power up your weapons, you become unstoppable. And again, getting those power-ups is much easier, or getting those goals are much easier once you have the power-ups. Communist from Mars. Yeah, what a title there. But Communist for Mars is again a version of Missile Command on absolute steroids. It is such a good looking game and such a fun. I wish these games all were on a system of that, like all of these games could be their own like real life game, let alone to be part of 20, maybe 30 games, all put together in one package. And that's why this game just truly is so good, because you have 19, 20 different 20, 30 different options in one little package here. Then there's Strike Gold. Strike Gold is probably the game I spend most time on. It's kind of based off of SteamWorld Dig, which is a little lesser known, but you're basically a mine. You're going down a mine and you're trying to get further and further down, but you got to make sure your oxygen is good and you're going for gold. And that one, the goals are a little hard to get versus some of the other games, but the thing is the way I suggest doing it is to get enough gold to get all your upgrades first, then go for the stuff like getting down 500 meters, getting a certain amount of gold, getting a certain taking all the blocks, because once you're able to swing faster, have more oxygen, have a second life, you're going to get further down. So it's like, just do the first, just get enough gold to get all your upgrades. While you do that, you're already gaining towards the 500 gold pieces. So, then there's the jukebox. See, I mentioned the songs in the jukebox, but you have the jukebox. Again, I don't have it in this version yet because it's probably 2 or 3 days away game time. But you're going to get a jukebox. It has a bunch of songs in it. Once you get some pounds sterling, you can go on this eBay looking site and get some more songs. And again, very easy upgrade or a goal from your jukebox is to just play 5 of the same song. So there's a band, Recluse, in this that has a bunch of good songs, and Quiet Hours is one of my favorites. Bury Us Separately is another one. So like yesterday in this version, I was playing Bury Us Separately 5 straight times, because it only takes a few minutes, to get 5 songs. And yeah, so I just let that play. It plays over your, like, while you're playing in the game, normally you have kind of a radio station playing, but when you put the jukebox on, the jukebox will then start to go. So yeah, that's basically a synopsis of the game and some of the mini games in here. We just saw Woodgal Adventure a little bit ago. Woodgal Adventure is a Candy Crush type game, but very deep. Honestly, it's too deep for this, because when you're trying to do some laundry and you've got to get a bunch of stars, and it's like, oh, now I got to go do laundry. And so let's talk about my thoughts of this game and why I said that, geez, this game owns my soul. And again, like I said, I own this game on every system. It is a cheap game. I think it's $20, but it's also on sale at times. So it's not a very expensive game. I like playing in the laundry. First of all, I love gathering the trash. Very similar to a lot of simulators that you start a day where you have to gather your trash and stuff like that, or you're like House Flipper, you go to the house and you're getting the trash. I enjoy that. That's always fun. I like the laundry. Like I said, there's 3 stages of the laundry. You're gonna need to do it at first. It's fun. Eventually, you're gonna get tired of it. Then you're going to be like, where did it go? I will say one thing that I always critiqued when I was streaming this on my Twitch channel. Was like, there's vending machines in the laundry room. And then I think later on in the arcade, and I was like, I wish you could, I wish there was like a mini game for the arcade. I mean, for the vending machine. or for the soap dispenser or something weird like that. It takes me to the movie The Truman Show, where Truman is just starting to get suspicious that something may be about, and he goes and he finds his friend whose name escapes me. I know it starts with an M, and his job is a vending machine stacker, and so he starts to put the chocolate into the thing, and because he's not a real vending machine filler, he's then when Truman looks away, he takes the candy out and then puts it back in when they're talking again. And it just kind of reminded me of that. I wish there was like a mini game where you could fill your vending machine or your soap dispenser or something goofy like that. And that shows you one thing. That's my one wish, my one complaint, my one anything was just, these darn machines are here, but they don't do anything. But the arcade, when you start getting the arcade and building it, and then one thing I didn't mention that I should have was that it's not like, okay, I'm going to get a game and it's going to show up. You're actually going to see it right here. You're going to get a game. You're going to get to take the map out, and you're going to get to put it where you want, and you get to start making it your own. Now it says, take the lesser known games and put them with the more popular games, and that's going to get you more money. But I like to, there's a 4-post, there's a post in the middle, and you can put 4 games around it. And what I did with that was I took the Wood Gal game, the Wood Gal and the Wood Guy games, because they're all like a theme, and I put them all on one post. That way they could just theme it nicely. This is the Wood Gal section, and you can do whatever you want with it, and that's fun. And so it's just, and then you have all those mini games. Every game, there's some games that I don't do well on, but every game is fun. And again, like I said, for this $19.99 product, you're getting 30 different games, and it's pretty amazing. This little laundry simulator, this laundry simulator, this arcade game really just has so much in it. And then there's the story. There's a nice story going on about your dad doesn't have time for you, and you're trying to not only prove that you can do what you set your mind to, but you want to make him proud, and it might not always go that way, but you try. So I would 100% recommend you get this game. Like I said, it's on literally every system. It's just truly one of the better or most fun games in the recent years that I have been playing, and especially in the high volume games era. So I would definitely suggest this game. Like I said, go find it on Steam. It's in the PS4 shop or PS5 shop. It's right now on Game Pass for Xbox, and it is in the Switch shop. So let me click that again. This is Arcade Paradise, developed by Nosebleed Interactive. This is the blockchain game I was talking about, where I can't really describe it, so at least we're getting to see it. I'll let it sit here for a few minutes. I'm probably playing it absolutely terribly because, again, I just learned how to, although that was sweet. Sorry. Like I said, it's funny. The game sucks you in so much that I'm literally just watching this and getting sucked in, not even though I'm not playing it. So that should really prove how good this game is. I'm going to click into this mode again, and we'll put this out. Look at this. I hope you guys like this new StreamYard program. It's going to allow us to not only do this video like a little better and give us our music, and but it's going to allow me to have guests on, because like I said, I want to have J Crow on, talk about Boulder. I want to have Adam on, talk about Promotion Wars. I'd love to have Jarox and Spoon and Lindsay come on at some point. I'd love to talk board games with Steve Tower. So it's definitely going to help. And we have, so we're allowed to have guests. I'm allowed to put on Promotion Wars and, record a thing. So we're probably going to get that series back into action. So I hope you guys enjoyed A, the new look, B, the content for this, because this is, like I said, this is a game I really love, and I want to talk about things that I enjoy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We will be back next week. I think next week, I don't have anything. I think next week's going to kind of either be, we know that the in-season card set for History Maker Baseball comes out. We can definitely talk about that. I don't know if that's going to take a whole video, but who knows. But I also were a few weeks behind. We were going to talk about the Lakeshore Limited, the Amtrak Lakeshore Limited ride from Boston to Chicago. I know I did a video about that, but we're going to talk about the ins and outs of that, and the good and the bad. A riding coach for 22 hours, and start our Denver series. But we will, I'm sure whatever I decide to do for next week's show will be fun and, look good, like with this new system. So I hope you're all enjoying the Hype Volume Pod and continue to follow along. And if this is your first time in, thank you for joining us, and hope you enjoyed yourself. Hope I didn't bore you too much. This is just my basic way of getting my voice out. I don't talk much at work or, different places. I'm not comfortable speaking unless I'm very comfortable with people. So this is my way of getting my voice out and talking about the stuff I love. So till next time, I hope everyone has a great week, and we'll see you then. Take care, everyone.